What's good? We back at it with the Heat of the Moment podcast, episode 8. Hey, we on Rude Boy TV. Y'all subscribe. Y'all like the video. Y'all comment. But we gonna jump right into the video. So, it's free agency right now. We saw the free agency day 1 signings, free agency day 2 signings. Hey man, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into some of the signings, my take on them, who got overpaid, who got underpaid, who couldn't find a check, all that. But let's go ahead and start with the first big bang of the free agency. Let's go ahead and Fred VanVleet got the first max of free agency. And this free agency was interesting because a lot of these players got 3 years deals. I ain't never seen so many 3-year deals in my life. Everybody getting 3-year deals. No more 5 years. No more 4 years. Some people still got 5-year extensions, but the 4-year maxes, those is out the window. So the CBA agreement came and changed up a lot of stuff. Nobody want to pay luxury tax. They gonna pay it, but they don't want to pay that much. But Fred VanVleet got the first Supermax, and his deal was what, like 130? 3 years, 130? That's like 43 something per year to the Rockets. How do I feel about that? Fred VanVleet, he ain't worth 43 mil. He got overpaid, but hey, Rockets got money to blow, and KPJ was their point guard. They got Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet's a better facilitator, so it will promote growth in that Rockets locker room. He is a champion. He's got it done on the biggest stage in Toronto, so he will be bringing a championship experience. So I feel like for the Rockets, they ain't have nobody else to pay. Why not? While we're on the Rockets, let's just talk about their signings too. They went in, they could have got Brook Lopez. They missed out on the Brook Lopez sweepstakes, but they went and signed Dillon Brooks for 80 mil, and his 80 mil was 4 years, 80 mil. So he got 20 mil a year. That's a lot for Dillon Brooks. He got overpaid as well. But the Rockets, again, had money to blow. They wanted to bring some defensive toughness into the locker room. That type of gritty mindset from Dillon Brooks into the locker room. Nobody else was going to pay Dillon Brooks that money. He was the one that was going to get that paycheck from the Rockets. And I'm like, why don't just put, I guess they could, like, Brook Lopez signed a, $48 million deal, 2 years to the Bucks. That was 24 mil a year. Y'all gave Brooks 20 mil. Why don't y'all just throw an extra 4 mil on top for Brook Lopez per year and just get Brook Lopez? But they didn't want to do that, so Brook Lopez went back to the Bucks, and freaking Dillon Brooks got an $80 million check to the Rockets. How do I feel about the Rockets? I feel like they're in the right direction. They couldn't get anybody else like they couldn't get Kyrie. I mean, they could have got Kyrie, but I don't think Kyrie was gonna go there. But VanVleet was the guy that they're able to get. I don't know what happened with Harden. Harden wasn't able to. Harden was gonna go back to the Rockets, and I think that was just a bait for Harden to tempt Philly to kind of throw him the max. But I don't even think the Rockets was finna throw Harden the 40 mil a year. They disrespectful. They probably like, you left us, we ain't paying you 40 mil to come back or whatever. But the Rockets, we'll see. They could be an 8th seed, or they could be back in the lottery next year. We shall see. So let's move on. Draymond Green, 100 mil going back to the Warriors. I mean, what else could the Warriors do? The Warriors need Draymond for defense, for facilitating. You don't want to put the ball in Curry's hands the whole game. Like, you need somebody else. Like, Draymond does their dirty work. Nobody else on that team does dirty work, and it's really Draymond that does it. So they need Draymond. They have to pay him the 4 years, 100 mil. That's 25 mil a year. So for me, Draymond's worth it. They gonna run it back. I think he got an option on the last year. What do I think that does for the Warriors? Keeps them, like they would say, in championship contention. But a lot of the teams in the West got better in this free agency. So I don't know if they really are contenders, but they can try. They can try. They're not really flexible. Their roster's maxed out. They traded Wiseman, and they traded like They got a couple young talented players like Moody and Moses Moody and Kaminga's still there, but yeah, they don't got a lot. They didn't have a lot of cap space to work with and build around. Draymond and Curry and Clay and Chris Paul and Wiggins, they maxed out. So we'll see. They need size. They don't got the size, so they may be like a low playoff seed. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's keep moving on. Let me. I'm over here. I know a couple people got checks. Blazers went and offered 165 years, 160 mil to Jeremy Grant. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know how I feel about that. Was he worth it? Dame just asked for the trade out. So I don't think he was worth it. Dame probably didn't want to see their money get spent that way. That Dame gave them they didn't do what he wanted to do in the draft. Now it's free agency. This was like the last straw. Y'all open up free agency with a 5-year, 160 mil extension to Jeremy Grant, and that was his last straw. I want out. But we'll get to the Dame later. But Jeremy Grant, 30-something mil a year. The amount of money that players are getting is rising every year, and it's like maybe this deal 5 years they have him for. I think he's 29, and that deal ends, he'll be 34, and it's like a 30-something mil per year deal. I guess that's what everybody's getting now. I guess you can say he's worth it. I think he's overpaid. Sabonis, 217 mil extension. Sabonis is worth the 5-year, 217 mil extension. Sabonis is worth it. He just needed to work on his game because he went out bad this playoffs. So he needs to work on his game, but he's worth that 217 mil. Who else broke the bank? Hey, Tyrese Halliburton. What, he got like 250? 5 years, 250 or something like that? Hey, that's like, he got 52 mil a year, bruh. Right? 50, 250 mil. He got 50 mil a year, bro. 52 or something like that. Mil a year, man. Tyrese Halliburton. And then he went and tweeted, bro. $1 million man from WWE. My guy broke the bank. And Tyrese Halliburton, I won't say he's a star of the franchise. So you can say, is he worth 52 mil a year? The way the league's coming, he will be eventually, but right now he's not. So it's like, but it's just funny because guys like Kyrie, Harden got 26 mil a year. Kyrie, we're going to get to Kyrie. Harden opted back into Philly for 36 mil or something like that, which he got played. And Kyrie signed a 3-year deal for like a 123-year deal. So he got like 40 mil per year. So it's like Tyrese when they got the 50, like, and breaking the bank, and all these players that should be on that kind of deal aren't on that deal right now. But Tyrese, what does that do for the Pacers? They brought in some moves. They traded for Obi Toppin, and they signed Bruce Bowen. Bruce Bowen got the 40. This is off the dome, y'all. Some deals I remember off the dome, so that's how y'all know I'm about my sports podcast. Tell ESPN to hire me, man. I'm about my stuff. I'm an analyst. I'm gonna be out there in the field putting in work. But Bruce Brown, I think, got the 2 years, 40? I think it was like the 44 mil. 2 years, 44. I know he got more than 20 or more than 20, or was it 40 mil 2 years? He got around 20, I think 20 to 24 mil. No more than 24 mil for Bruce Bowen or whatever. But he brings a championship experience from Indiana, the dirty work, and it's like, I feel like that's a good wingman for the Pacers, for Tyrese. Like, maybe off the bench, maybe starting, I don't know, probably starting 2. But they brought in Obi Toppin, maybe starting 4. So Tyrese said he's gonna be tossing the alleys to that boy. They made some other signings, not anything credible to talk about, but they still got Miles Turner there. So we're gonna see. It should be a good signing for them. It's funny because Mike Malone said Bruce Bowen ain't going nowhere. Bruce Bowen was the first thing smoking in free agency. Let's see. Yeah, Kyrie. Let's talk about Kyrie. Kyrie got to like 123 years. The funny thing is about Kyrie, all these guys wanted to test free agency, and it's like nobody was really trying to pay. No, there was no teams had no money to really pay boys, so it left Harden stuck when the Rockets ain't really want to bring him back. And it left Kyrie stuck. Ain't nobody had bread to pay Kyrie. Like, so like his only choice was to either do like a sign and trade with with the with Philly or with Phoenix Suns. But other than that, there wasn't much or whatever. Like, he had to go back to Dallas, and I think Doncic hit that boy up and said, "Come back." But he didn't really have nowhere else to go. Like, Dallas was the only one that was gonna pay him the 40 mil or whatever. And Dallas could have even gave him like a 5-year extension. Kyrie wanted a 5-year, the full max extension from Brooklyn. Didn't get that axed out. Went to Dallas. Thought he was gonna be able to control the narrative, and that boy only got 3 years, 40 mil. He got max money, but it wasn't the max extension or whatever. So he missed out on that. So what does that mean for Dallas? Dallas, that team runs with Doncic. Doncic got to be healthy. They drafted a center. They need bigs. They need defense. They traded their defense for Kyrie. They need to rebuild their defense. We'll see what the team looks like when they're done. They still got a lot of work to do. As long as Doncic is there, they should be a top 8 playoff seed team. If he's healthy, they should be a top 8 seeded playoff team in the West. How far they can go, it all comes down to Doncic. But they also need defense. You're not just gonna be able to outscore everybody in the West. Like, the defense is gonna get going. So I'm looking at my phone because I'm trying to see what other deals were. What other deals were going on? Who else got? I know LaMelo re-signed for the 260. LaMelo's worth the 260. We're not gonna say LaMelo not worth the 260. Even though he's injury prone, even though he's had, like, last year was all season, he'll bounce back. But if Halliburton can get the 250 or whatever he got, then LaMelo could get the 260, 5 years extension. So, who woke it up in this free agency? Like, who woke it up? Out the gate, the Lakers woke it up in this free agency. What were their signings? They didn't re-sign D'Angelo and Austin Reeves at first. They wanted to get their rosters first, their roster, bring in their signings in first before they go ahead and give Reeves and D'Lo their money, and Rui Hachimura. So they brought in Jackson Hayes that first day. They brought in Gabe Vincent. They still get Gabe Vincent from my Miami Heat. You know, my Miami Heat, they ain't gonna pay 33 mil to Gabe Vincent. We build players up, we let them go. Some people get the check like Duncan Robinson, and then eventually we send them out. Whiteside got the check after we built them up, sent them out. But Gabe Vincent's another example. Bald, got the check, 11 years, 33 mil to LA. We saw Strus too. We're gonna get to Strus after we're done with LA. But Gabe Vincent got the check to be backup point guard. That's 33 mil to your backup point guard. They got Cam Reddish. They brought in Taurean Prince. So it's like, to me, it's like Gabe Vincent replaced Schroeder. Cam Reddish replaced like Malik Beasley. Taurean Prince replaced Troy Brown Jr. They let Lonnie Walker go too. They brought Jackson Hayes as a big to try to compete with bigs in the West. It's like, that's not going to be enough for the Joker. You need to be bigger than that. Jackson Hayes is young, skinny, he's athletic and young, but he's going to get bodied. Need more. But so they brought in some depth. And then am I missing? Cam Reddish, Taurean Prince, Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes. Then they brought back Rui, brought back Reeves, brought back D'Lo. D'Lo, 37 mil, 2 years. Reeves, 56 mil, 4 years. Decent deals, the 17, 18 mil per year type deals, but that the Lakers did wake it up, and they have no excuse. Everybody's like, oh, they deep now. They got they got some boys that they can go with. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We saw Desmond Bain re-signed, extended for the 207 mil. We saw Derrick Rose go to Memphis to help out in that locker room, to be a vet in that locker room, a point guard. He did play in Memphis in college, so let him mentor Ja a little. And it's like, who else did they bring in? The Grizzlies. They already got Marcus Smart from the trade. We saw Porzingis extension, two years, 60 mil on top of what he's getting paid. I think he had 36 mil opting in, and he took that, and then he's gonna get a 2 years, 60 mil extension. So that'll be good as well for them. They got Porzingis for 3 more years. I think Porzingis is 25. That's Porzingis to 28. So it's like I'm still hurting that Miami didn't go grab Porzingis. Like, we needed to get bigger. We needed somebody that could play next to Bam, and he was it, and we didn't get it. So Boston got it, and I think that's the only move Boston really made, just extending him. We saw Max Strus in a 3-14 deal get traded to the sign and trade, 63 mil, 4 years, to the Cavs. Cavs re-signed it, Caris LeVert, and they brought in Max Strus for depth. I think they brought in some other boys for depth, but Max Strus is not worth the 63 mil. We saw Gabe Vincent, we saw Max Strus disappear in the finals. They had a good run. They knew this was their free agency year. They had to make their money, and they balled this playoffs to make their money, and they got paid, and they deserve the pay for when they hooped at the right time. But are they worth the money? Neither of them are worth the money to me. Those are my boys. Those are my guys. I wish them the best of luck. Prove me wrong. Y'all go hoop. Y'all go build a legacy, build a future, go superstar mode if that's what y'all have in y'all's destiny. But Miami wasn't paying that bread. We were already paying Tyler Hero, Bam, and Butler. We got Duncan on the contract still. We got Lowry on the roster making 30 mil. We had to let them boys go. So we let them go. What does that mean for Cavs? We'll see. Cavs put up a ugly performance in that first round against the Knicks with a loaded squad already, and they didn't get it done. So we'll see what Max Strus can do for them. Let's see. Who am I missing? Anybody? So let's talk about my Miami Heat. My Miami Heat haven't done anything so far. My Miami Heat lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. For the Los Angeles Lakers, let's backtrack. What does it mean for the Los Angeles Lakers? Hey, they should be able to go to the Western Conference Finals. Only team in their way is Phoenix Suns, which I could say they're both even, and Denver Nuggets. They should be the third favorite to win in the West, if not the second favorite to win in the West. So we'll see how they go. But my Miami Heat brought in Thomas Bryant. I like that. That's a big that we can use to bang with boys in the East, bigs in the East. And this will be a backup, Bam's backup. This playoffs we had Cody Zeller. We signed him off the street in March. So now we have Thomas Bryant, who kind of held it down for the Lakers the whole first half of last year. Got traded to the Nuggets, won a championship, but didn't really play at all in the playoffs behind Joker. No center was getting buffed behind Joker. But we brought him in. We brought in Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson got traded for Jimmy Butler 4 years ago. Never really became anything like Miami players usually do when they get sent. It's the system that develops them, then they get sent, and a lot of them don't usually turn into anything. So we bring him back for the vet minimum, and I feel like that's an upgrade from Gabe Vincent. He shoots just as well as Gabe Vincent. He shoots just as well as, I remember we developed him. He shoots just as well as Max. Let me not say as well, but he's not a liability. If you leave him open, he's gonna knock it down, and I'm sure being back in the building, they're gonna make sure that spot up shot is back 100. So he's a good size 6'5", 6'6" guard, plays D. Like we saw Gabe Vincent getting bullied down low. Josh Richardson plays D. He'll get into you. So I think for us, he could easily slide into our starting two. I don't know if that's the plan. We got a lot of things we're trying to work out, but right now Tyler Hero's our starting two, so maybe not. But if Tyler Hero gets sent for Dame Dollar, we're trying to, hey, he could easily slide into our starting two with Dame Dollar at the 1, Jimmy at the 3. At the 4, we re-signed Kevin Love on a 2-year deal, player option. He can come back and be that 4. We still have Caleb Martin. We still have Bam. We have Thomas Bryant. So we still have Duncan Robinson on the squad. We still have Lowry. If we just stay put where we are right now with the squad we have, I won't lie, we could go back to the Eastern Conference Finals. But did we make moves to win? We didn't make moves to win. Like, we just made moves. Like, we haven't made any moves. We let people go that we had to let people go. We brought in, we refilled in places. Like, Gabe Vincent is like, okay, we don't have a point guard at the moment, but we still got Lowry. It's like, Lowry just got they named Gabe Vincent a starter, like, just in March. So Lowry will start up until then. If Lowry's still on our team, there's rumors that he may get waived so he can create room, or he could just be our starting point guard and run it back again. But we didn't make moves to win so far. We're trying to bring in Dame Dollar. Let's talk about Dame Dollar. He's asking out. He's on a big contract. He told them he wants to go to Miami. If not Miami, Brooklyn. But Miami right now has an offer of Hero, Duncan Robinson, and picks. Blazers have too many guards. They don't need Hero. So they're asking to bring a third team in the deal to take on Hero and so they can gain more assets from that third team, maybe picks. Because Miami probably don't have enough picks to give of what they're asking for. So they can help out, maybe give a player a position that they want. So maybe like a wing, like a small forward, or a center, pieces that they need in Portland to build. That way they can send Dame to Miami. But right now they're saying they're going to look out what's best for Portland. The GM saying he's going to look out what's best for their squad. So you don't know what's going to go down. I'm hoping we can get Dame. This is what we've been waiting for. We missed out on Bradley Beal, and we could have kept Tyler Hero. Just would have been luxury tax. Pat Riley had came out and said, Mick Yarrison, the owner, Pat Riley didn't convince him enough that it would be worth the money spent. So I guess that means maybe it wouldn't be worth the championship, how much I'm spending, or I don't believe that team would win it. So now we're just trying to get Dame. I'm just hoping we don't miss out on the Dame sweepstakes. I'm hoping we can land Dame. If we land Dame, we got Dame, Butler, and freaking Bam. And it's like, for me, I know what we're missing. We're missing our closer, our person that's going to be like, hey, Jimmy B, get out the way, Bam, get out the way. The ball's in my hand the last 5 minutes. I'm a cook. Don't mean I'm not going to share with y'all. Don't mean we're not going to run pick and roll. I can't feed y'all, but this is my time. I've been wanting to get on this stage and win me a championship. I'm on this stage. Let's get it. I'm here now. Now I just got to make every shot. Big shots. Half-court shots. Dame time. Dame time. Dame. 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 Dame time, man. So I'm hoping we can get that. But other than that, Miami's kind of been waiting on that, chilling. We'll see. The Bucks re-signed Lopez, $48 million. They ain't really made too much moves. They're still about the same. So the East is pretty much the same right now. Phoenix Suns have been making a couple signings. They signed Eubanks. They re-signed Okogie. They got campaign still. They just signed Eric Gordon. They made a lot of signings, a couple more signings to their depth. So they really fixed their depth. They should be solid. They still got Ayton. So we're going to see what the Suns are talking about. They are lacking depth. They re-signed their depth. So that should be, we'll see what else they do. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I covered everything important. Let's talk about Harden and the 76ers. Harden was trying to opt out. Last year he took a cheap deal to bring in PJ Tucker for them to fill out the roster so they can compete. They didn't win. They got knocked out by the Celtics in Game 7 of the second round. So now he opts out, trying to get trying to get a max deal, and teams are, he's not worth it. I'm sure Sixers are not trying to pay him 40 something mil, or however 50 something mil for the next 4 or 5 years. He tries to tempt them by saying, I'm gonna go back home to the Rockets. And maybe the Rockets weren't really about that deal, probably weren't gonna offer him that deal, but he was just trying to tempt them. When the Rockets weren't going that direction, when he probably realized, oh, I can't go back home for that amount of money, then let me just act like I'm gonna stay with Philly. But Philly was trying to let him, hey, go test the market, see what you could get. Let's see what you could get. And ain't nobody offering him the max. Ain't nobody offering 40 something mil, 4 years. And it's like, dang, he played himself. Harden's going outside. I don't know how Kyrie did it, but at least Kyrie went back to Dallas and got his money. It's like he would have had to gone to, I don't know if any team was gonna pay him that. He would have had to gone back to, like, go to a sorry team to get that money, or just for him it was like, let me just opt in and then demand a trade to a team that I want to go win a championship on, or a team that's worth it for me. So now Philly's trying to trade Harden, and now there are a lot of suitors, and they're trying to act stiff at, like, we're gonna wait and get the best deal. And it's like they messed up the relationship with Harden. He opted back in just to ask for a trade, and it's like now they're kind of stuck. Tyrese Maxey's a part of their future. They're not trying to re-sign him right now so they can pay a free agent maybe later on to come in before they extend him. But I don't know. I feel like Embiid's just watching it all, and if Harden's gone this season, Embiid will axe out next season, and shoot, Miami could come in and swoop in. But for now, Philly's not looking too enticing. I don't know where Harden's gonna go. There's rumors about Miami, about the Suns, about the Knicks. The Knicks haven't done too much. They're in on the Harden sweepstakes, so we'll see. We'll see. The Clippers ain't done much, but trying to see. I want to make sure I ain't miss anything. NBA news. Miami traded Oladipo to the Thunder. Let's see. Let me go back to day 3 free agency and make sure I didn't miss any signings before I end this video. But Knicks signed Dante DiVincenzo. He left the Warriors. He was big for the Warriors off the bench. They lost him. Clarkson went back to sign the extension, 3 years, $55 million to the Jazz. Jazz are trying to get in on that Damian Lillard sweepstakes too, but that'll be bad because Damian Lillard's trying. He did right by Portland. He tried to be patient with them. Now he's axing out, but if they do something dirty and trade him to the Jazz, which is not a championship competition team, is like, y'all really screwed me. So, Knicks not pursuing Dame or Harden, so Knicks are out on the Harden sweepstakes too. But yeah, the Spurs were thinking of trying to get Dame too. We'll see. But yeah, it's been a lot of, this free agency was, and I feel like going forward, this might be the new thing, like 3-year deals. Like, I ain't never seen this many 3-year deals. Okay, day one grades. Oh, Kyle Kuzma. So Kyle Kuzma got his 102 mil for 4 years back to the Wizards. So it's him and Poole. They're gonna be lottery. They probably not gonna make noise. Cam Johnson got his 100 mil for 4 years back to Brooklyn Nets. So that Chris Middleton got his 102 back to the Bucks. So I mean, they're in the same position, championship contender in the East. We beat them last year. We beat them 3 years ago or 4 years ago. They beat us 3 years ago and 3 postseasons ago and went to win it all. He wasn't healthy, but hey, he's getting healthy. But Miles Bridges is staying in Charlotte. He's going through his domestic violence case, and he just went back to Charlotte for a 1-year, $7.9 million deal. He'll be back in free agency unrestricted next year. I feel like that's something Miami could have kind of went and got this year. He would help us out at the 4. Cody Zeller to New Orleans. We let him go. Miami let him go. Bring him back to life and let him go. Trying to make sure I ain't miss anything. Lonnie Walker to the Nets. But yeah, let's talk about Rich Paul. Rich Paul's doing his thing for Clutch Sports. And he got that first year, he got over $350 million for his players. And that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a story on its own. But hey, Christian, day 3 players like Christian Wood. Players that are still on the market: Christian Wood, Grant Williams, P.J. Washington, Kelly Oubre, Malik Beasley, Mo Bamba. I think Mo Bamba went somewhere. But day 2 Grays, Desmond Bain, Brook Lopez, D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, Lakers did their thing. Jordan Clarkson. But yeah, that's all for this free agency video. I might have a part 2 of the free agency bonanza. But y'all go ahead again, like, comment, subscribe. I'll holla at y'all later. We out. Heat of the Moment podcast, episode 8. You dig? We out.
In the heat of the moment, I know I can trust myself.